Hello, ladies, and welcome to our postnatal yoga and Pilates class. Today's class is going to be super, not exciting, but we're going to do a class that I think is so necessary. And I'm entitling this one Yoga and Pilates for Exhausted Moms. So if you're one of those moms, you're in the right place. So today, all you're going to need is your mat, a bolster if you have one, but just a regular cushion will do. And let's get started. Okay, take a comfortable seat. So in whatever position that means for you, and just remember as we go throughout this class today that the intention is for you to feel relaxed, rejuvenated, and just to take some time for yourself. So we're closing our eyes. You can place your palms on your legs or wherever you would like. And just starting to take a couple of breaths. And even as we go throughout our relaxing class, we're still going to continue a soft core connection breath. So remembering your lateral inhale, and then that Darth Vader exhale out, just a couple times. Inhaling, feeling your rib cage expanding towards the walls. Remind your shoulders away from the ears, remind the face soft. Exhaling, feeling that corset of your exhale, gently tightening around the center, and then your pelvic floor just gently lifting up, no squeezing necessary. Good, and whatever happened during the day, whatever you're going to be doing after all of this, we'll set all that aside, knowing that this is your time with your body, with your practice. Just a couple relaxed breaths here. Good, and again, absolutely no expectations, no judgments. Just being here now is good enough. If you'd like to set an intention here, it's up to you. And then very, very slowly, we'll open the eyes. And we're going to start today in a child's pose. Like, yay, child's pose. So let's take an extended child's pose. You're going to take your knees to the edges of the mat. Depending on your ankles, you can either tuck your toes under or you can flatten the feet all the way down. It's up to you. If you have your pillow, your bolster, your cushion, doesn't matter what it is, you can bring it towards you and then just stretch the arms out, lengthen the spine, and then you can release your head down. And start to crawl your fingertips forward so you feel a nice lengthening in the sides of the body. You can either turn your ear onto the mat, your bolster, or you can face down with your forehead to the mat. No, doesn't matter. It's just whatever is your preference. And then here, let your shoulders soften, let your face soften. It's a deep breath in through your nose. And then we're just going to exhale and let it go. A couple times this way. Just enjoy how soothing this is. We'll take 2 more deep breaths. And see if your breathing can even enter into the back of the body. So as you inhale, see if you can expand your breath into the back of your body. Exhale it all the way out. And if you feel like, I don't know if that's happening, no worries at all. And then from here, you're going to come up. So you're clawing through your fingertips. And as you're here, you might notice a little bit more opening in the shoulders. You can release your forehead down. When your forehead touches something, it causes our parasympathetic system to respond. That just means that your body's going to start to cool and calm down. Good. We'll take one more breath here. And then continuing on, so here, if your knees are feeling like they need a little break, you might want to place, you can actually either place a rolled up towel or even a bolster this way to give your knees some space. From here, we're going to walk your hands all the way over to your right side as you sit into your left hip. Again, let your forehead relax, stretch into the side of the body. If you can get a couple of breaths into the sides of your ribs, so a lateral breath into the right side. Exhaling out. So you're expanding from the inside of the body, so you're pressing your breath out into the rib cage. Good, just enjoying the stretch. One more. And then taking your time, we'll just go to the other side. So walk the hands over. And again, make sure it feels nice. Any sharp shooting pains will stay out of that. And then again, sit into your right hip as you stretch. And then if you can just direct your breathing into the left rib cage. So you almost want to visualize like an accordion. That instrument that kind of bellows out. So as you inhale, you're breathing into the little spaces in between your ribs. Take one more breath this way. And then coming on back to center. You can take your time to get up and just notice as you round your spine up, bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Going to very, very gently round the spine and come up to a seated position. And just notice here that you might feel a little bit calmer. The body might feel a little bit more quiet. So I'm just going to take my bolster over to the side and we'll do a little bit of a very gentle, slow, downward facing dog flow. So remember, your fingers are spreading wide, slightly wider than shoulders distance. Your knees also slightly wider than hips distance apart. From here, a little bit of a flow. We'll inhale, mid back, upper back, looking forward. Exhaling lower, mid, and good. Now from here, your toes are tucked under. We'll take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, gather from the pelvic floor. We're going to come up for your downward facing dog. We're not going to be here long. You can pedal at the feet, making sure your fingers are spreading wide and making sure it feels nice. And then slowly, with control, push away from the floor as you release back down. Another round as you're ready. Inhaling to look forward, always pressing away. Exhaling, round scoop, and inhale to come back to center. Exhale, gather from the core. Remember that core set. And then we're up and all the way back. So here, we're going to your choice. So if you want to open up in your shoulders, your upper back a little bit more, bend your knees a lot, reach your hips to the ceiling, and then think about sending your chest down to the floor as, this is the important part, as you exhale and pull the ribs towards the back of the body. That's when you'll get all of that nice stretching. It might get a little bit intense. Good. And then you'll come down when you're ready, remembering that this is our class for exhaustion. So take your time. So we're inhaling to look forward, exhaling round and scoop. Good. And then we're up. Exhale up and back. So the upper back opening is kind of to sink the chest down, pull the ribs towards the back body. If you need more stretching through the legs, you can start to pull your heels down towards the floor. Good. If you want to take both, up to you. Long spine, breathing, and then slowly to come
back down. And as always, child's pose is always, always available to you at whatever point you would like during the class. Feel free to take it. You can work out the wrists if you need to. Okay, let's take one more round of that very gentle flow. So inhaling, mid-back, upper back, you're looking forward, active in the arms. Exhaling to round scoop. And here, see if you can really open up in the space in between your shoulder blades. Good, tuck the toes. Exhale, we're up and back. This is your last round. I'm just gonna give you a little tip here. If you want your downward facing dog to be a bit more relaxing, you can take a high pillow depending on your flexibility. Yes, you might want a little bit higher. Oops. And then from here you can release your head down. And this is just a little bit more of a relaxing downward facing dog if you can get here. If it's not working, don't worry about it. Good. And then we'll very, very slowly make our way back down. Bolsters are great. Cushions work as well. Let's slowly come up. And then from here, the rest of our class is going to be lying down, hairband. And the rest of our class is going to be lying down on our backs. Yes. Okay. So go ahead and lie down. Reminder, if you are separated, reminder that when you lie down to get towards your side and from here. When you get up, you're also going to support yourself so that you're not micro opening every time you come up and down. Yeah, so what you're not going to do for DR is come down this way and come up this way, yes? Okay, continuing on. So we're starting lying down. From here, depending on how flexible you are, you're going to bend both of your knees and then just take your right leg up towards the ceiling. So here, if your leg goes straight, great. If not, don't worry about it, you'll keep it bent. We're going to start working through your feet and your toes. So first, we're going to squeeze your toes, bring it towards the face, and then from here, we flex, open the toes. So you squeeze, reach, open, and then we squeeze, bring it back, and open. And again, you squeeze the toes, reach the toes and point them up to the ceiling, open. See if you can really get a lot of space in between those toes. Down and open. One more, squeeze, point the toes up. You might get a nice stretch through the fronts of your legs. And then from here, you squeeze, bring it back, and then we circle the ankle, 2, and again, full range of motion here, 3. So you're lubricating in your very, very important ankle joints, especially if you've been wearing heels or you're wearing shoes that don't really fit you very well. Now from here, up to you, and remember this is supposed to feel really nice. You can keep this knee bent, or if you would like, and you have a little bit more flexibility through the backs of the legs, you can straighten this leg out. When you straighten this leg out, your face should not make a face, yes? Okay, now from here, you're going to point and flex. When you flex your foot, your toes are coming towards your face. You're going to press your heel up towards the ceiling. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. 1 more. And good. And then from here, we're going to take this into a twist. Before we twist, we're going to scoot your hips to the right side and then take that leg up and over so that your spine is now in a straight line. We want to twist with the spine in a straight line. Here, there's a couple of options. It does not matter what this knee does. You don't need this knee on the floor. What we want is your right shoulder to start to soften down, and then you can use your hand here for a little extra weight. You're looking to the opposite side. Just take a couple of breaths here. Notice where in the body you're feeling your opening. Is it in the shoulder? Is it in the mid-spine? Maybe the lower spine, maybe even in your glutes? And with each exhale, I'm just going to ask your body to see if it wants to relax a little bit more. I'm not going to press, I'm not going to push. And then let's slowly come on back to center. Ooh. And then we'll go to the other side, so the other leg. Starting with your right knee bent, your left leg goes up to the ceiling, and then we're just starting, we're going to hold just behind your knee here, and then we're starting with your toes. Your toes are so important. So here, let's start, we point the toes, we scrunch them down, you open the toes, and then we squeeze, point, and open. So we point, squeeze, open up. You might want to do this with your kids. See how flexible their toes are. Open. One more. Point, squeeze, open, and then we squeeze, point, and open. And then from here, we're going to take 3 ankle circles to each direction. 3, 2, 1, and then opposite direction. 3, and 2. If you get a little bit of rolling or clicking, don't worry about it as long as there's no pain. And then from here, up to you if you want to straighten this leg out or not. You can always take that or not option. Good. And then from here, we're just going to point and flex. So we point and push the heel up towards the ceiling and then toes towards the face. Good. Point and flex. Good. Couple more. And remember, this is not a competition about how close your leg can come to you. And just letting you know, all of these really crazy looking stretches, it's really just for show. There's nothing important about being able to bring your nose towards your foot. Okay. And then from here, let's go into our twist. Shift your hips over to the left side. Your leg goes straight, and then from here we're just going to, ooh, I got a couple of cracks there as we go over. You might notice that one side feels very different than the other. Completely normal. Again, see if you can start to sink your left shoulder down towards the floor. And just see if you can kind of relax and release into this stretch and opening. So it's really important here, even with this really gentle stretching, that we don't push ourselves through a stretch. What we're looking for here is the body to relax, yes, and for the body to actually release. And if you push yourself to a place where the body doesn't want to go, we're actually going to be doing the opposite of what you actually want. The body will start to tense, which is the exact opposite of what we're looking for, yes? So start in a place where it feels maybe like a 6 out of 10. And then just noticing what it's feeling like on this side. This is good feedback that your body is giving you. Where are the places that you're feeling it? Because this is probably where you are a bit tighter. Alright, let's come back to center. You might feel a little oof when you come back, so take your time. And then we'll very gently draw the knees into the chest and just give yourself a couple of rocks from side to side. You can take the knees in opposite circles, one way, and then the other. And all these things that we're doing on our back, I highly encourage you to do them, even if it's just one, before you go to sleep. It's the one that you like the most. Okay. I'm going to stretch out the glutes. Let's take your right ankle on top of your left knee. I'm going to bring the knees in towards the chest. Just correcting myself. If you can get that core connection, and then to bring it up, extra bonus points, but no worries. If this is super tight, bring your hands behind your thigh. If you have a little bit more space, you can take your hands over your shin. Yes, here, really common for people to scrunch up their shoulders. Relax your shoulders away from those ears. Relax the face. And very gently, we're going to start to draw your shin towards you as you press your lower back down. So this opposition is where you're going to feel a little bit more. It's that kind of extra touch. We'll take one more breath here. And just a note about the sensations of kind of stretch. If you're here and you feel kind of a burning, kind of intense stretch, it means that you might want to back out a little bit but stay a little bit longer. Yes, that burning stretch means it's tight. So here, but again, no sharp shooting, no bad pain. Let's try the other side and just feel what the other side is feeling like. Bring it in, again, back of the thigh or your shin. Remind the shoulders away from the ears. This is a great sciatica stretch, by the way, if anyone is going through that. So gently drawing your shin towards you as you soften your lower back down towards the floor. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then whichever side you felt more on, we're going to do that side one more time, just to even things out a bit. I'm always tighter on my left side, so I'm going to continue on here. You will do the side that you felt the most. Good. Reminding those shoulders away from the ears. Softening that space in between your eyebrows. You can close your eyes here. And if you find your mind starting to drift, no worries. Just try and bring it back to your breathing. And take 2 more deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, and of course if you want to be here for a little bit longer, always take your time. We very gently bring it out, hugging your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little bit from side to side. And then from here, we're going to let your legs go all the way straight out. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, and then we're going to do a little bit more of a forceful exhale to get all of that stress out. Yes, so if it feels a little bit weird, no worries, we'll do it together. Yes, so just let your arms relax alongside you. Nice and comfy, or just lying on the floor. From here, you'll draw a deep breath in. A little bit more if you can. Hold it, and then open the mouth and so it's just you want to feel a big rush coming out. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale in. A little bit more. Hold it. Open the mouth and let's do 1 more. Biggest one yet, and really let it out. Yes, last one. Here we go. Together. Inhaling in. A little bit more. Good. Hold it. Open the mouth and if you have time for a little Shavasana, you can close your eyes here. Just take a couple of breaths. Notice the energy in your body. Notice how your body feels after the practice. And we are going to thank ourselves for taking the time to take care of ourselves. beautiful work, ladies. I'm very comfy here on the ground. If you know one person, whether it's a mom, they don't have to be a mom, but someone who might benefit from this video, please share it along and take good care of yourselves. And I am so looking forward to seeing you for the next one. If you have any requests, please let me know, and I am happy to fulfill them. Have a good week, and I am signing out from the floor.